fight. Just kind of pissed off at me.
Oh, why?
Because I missed the deal with my grandkids and stuff.
You were supposed to be home earlier?
Yeah.
This guy with the black nail polish and earrings? You'd think he's the drummer in some underground rock band. But nope, he's actually the boss of this restaurant, going undercover to see how things really run. His mission? To figure out why this location has suddenly been doing so well. Is it because of the new kitchen supervisor, Henry? The moment he steps into the kitchen, Henry runs the place like it's a battlefield. 5 naked wings, honey barbecue, onion rings, let's move. The boss tries to ask a few questions, but Henry shuts him down. If they're raw, I'll send him back. If they're overcooked, I'll send him back. And you're lucky it's not a Friday night, I'd kick you out of my kitchen. The boss is sweating, struggling just to get a plate out. Messes up the order? Henry's like, dude, that's money down the drain. This guy watches every second and every cent. But Henry's not just strict, he cares. If the wings don't look right, he's not letting them out. You eat with your eyes first, he says. That's actually something they preach at corporate, and the boss is shocked Henry already lives by it. Then the real surprise, there's no dishwasher. Everyone has to take turns scrubbing dishes. Even the boss is back there spraying and rinsing. He starts to realize this job is no joke. Later, they talk about family. Henry missed time with his grandkids because of work. His wife's not thrilled either, but he shrugs and says, that's how I got promoted. I work my ass off. The twist? That promotion came with no raise, no bonus, nothing, just a new title. After the undercover shift, the boss calls Henry in and drops the truth. You're the reason this store turned around. You're amazing. Then he hits him with it. 30% raise, back pay from the day he got promoted. Henry's eyes start to water. Then the cherry on top. The boss gives him $10,000 to take his family on vacation. Henry's stunned. I never expected anything like this. And the boss? He smiles and says, I may not wear a bikini, but I'm a bikini guy through and through.
What do you do when it's not busy like this?
I get on my phone.
You can do, I haven't seen any managers here.
They're both here, but they're hiding in the back. We don't need them right now.
Oh, okay. From what I've witnessed, there seems to be a lack of management on the floor, and that's just unacceptable here.
The boss goes undercover as a new hire, and the first thing he asks is, do I have to wear a bikini top? Grace fires right back, I prefer you do, but if you won't, that's okay too. Yeah, we're off to a spicy start. Grace's way of training? Totally her style. Every time someone walks in, you gotta yell, hi guys, too quiet? Try again. When business is slow, most people clean the floor or organize shelves. Grace? She grabs a hula hoop and starts spinning it out front, catching eyes from drivers on the road. That's her idea of marketing. She points out the restaurant is often empty because of its hidden location. No signs, no foot traffic, she says. Her solution? We need a billboard. You can tell, she genuinely cares about the business. Talking to customers? That's her thing. She's charming, quick, confident. But when the boss catches her glued to her phone, chatting with friends, and even running out to lend her car to a friend, yeah, points deducted. She openly admits she's been fired from the restaurant 4 or 5 times. Why? Because I just didn't want to show up. And she adds, if management sucks and doesn't support you, why should I respect them? Still, she says she loves the job. All I have to do is be friendly and look pretty. And then she adds, dead serious. The only thing I change about the uniform is making my boobs bigger. Now the boss is paying attention. He says, Grace, you're full of passion, but you need to stay focused. Grace nods, I'm 23. My phone is my favorite thing. But she promises, no more scrolling during work. Then comes the twist. The boss gives her a brand new role. She'll lead their upcoming marketing campaign and get paid extra for it. Grace is ecstatic. But wait, there's more. He goes, didn't you say you wanted something bigger? Grace's eyes go wide, you mean, free boobs? Yep, if you stay focused for 6 months, no phone, do your thing, I'll send you to the best surgeon in town. Grace nearly loses it. I'm speechless. I feel so seen. And she throws in one last line. With my new assets, I won't even have to talk, the customers will do all the talking. And she closes with a classic Texas motto. In Texas, bigger is always better.
And do you ever see that? Do you ever see me do that? No, because I don't do that.
You did it in front of the CEO.
But I didn't know it was him, obviously. I wouldn't have done that. I would have acted that way.
That makes it worse.
Today, we're at Retro Fitness in Fairlawn, New Jersey. The CEO decided to go undercover as a front desk employee to see how things really run, because the front desk is the face of the gym, and it's a huge part of the customer experience. Right off the bat, he meets Jacqueline, a front desk worker who's got confidence but maybe not the best work attitude. The first thing she asks, do I really have to wear a bikini top? Straight up casual and kinda lazy, that's a red flag right there. As the day goes on, it's clear Jacqueline has her own way of doing things. When it's slow, instead of staying busy or helping out, she's on her phone phone taking selfies or chatting with friends. Not exactly the professional vibe you want at the front desk. The CEO is definitely raising an eyebrow here. But it gets worse. Jacqueline's attitude toward the gym members? Cold and impatient. She openly complains about members not knowing how to use machines or asking stupid questions. That's a no-go in customer service, especially in a place where you're supposed to be welcoming and helpful. Then there's the smoothie bar situation. The menu clearly says only 1 pump of peanut butter, but Jacqueline decides to double it up because, in her words, it tastes better. On top of that, she's dumping out leftover shakes instead of offering samples or saving them. That's literally throwing money down the drain, and the CEO is not happy about it. When confronted, Jacqueline gets defensive and even rude. She tells members they have to pay today, no wiggle room, and doesn't seem to care about being polite. This kind of behavior just won't fly. At the end of the day, the CEO reveals who he really is. Jacqueline finally realizes she's been talking to the big boss. But even then, instead of owning up, she tries to play that I didn't know card. The CEO and everyone else can't help but laugh, because that excuse just doesn't cut it. In the end, the CEO has no choice but to let Jacqueline go. Her attitude and behavior were a serious risk to the gym's reputation. He stresses that working the front desk is about more than just sitting there and saying hi, it's about representing the entire gym and making customers feel welcome. This undercover visit exposes some big issues: lazy staff, poor attitudes, and weak management. The CEO admits he was heartbroken watching someone treat members so disrespectfully, and knows the company has to step up its training and oversight. What this story really shows is that no matter your job, your attitude and responsibility matter most. The customer experience is everything, ignore it, and it'll drag down the whole business. So if you want to be a great employee, don't just do the bare minimum. Take pride in your work, respect your customers, and show professionalism. Because real success comes from the little things: your attitude, your effort, and your respect for the people you serve.
So how come you're wearing a shirt and not a bikini top?
Because I chose to wear a t-shirt.
You might take it off later?
Oh no, I'm not gonna take it off later.
The sign on our building doesn't say shirts. It's called bikinis. I mean, come on.
So the undercover boss walks into a bikini bar, and guess what? First person he meets is Jessica, a bartender who flat out refuses to wear a bikini top. Yep, in a bikini bar. Instead, she's rocking a t-shirt and zero interest in following company culture. Meanwhile, the boss is just trying to figure out how to pour drinks and keep up with orders. Chaos starts right away. Tickets are piling up, customers are getting impatient, and someone's already way too drunk. Jessica? She sees it. She ignores it. Multiple times. Even when the guys clearly had too much, she shrugs it off like it's not her problem. The boss is watching all this unfold and getting more and more concerned. Later, he talks to her and learns that she used to be a client manager before losing her job. This bartending gig? Just something to pay the bills. She admits she's not in it for the long run. No passion, no pride, no commitment. At this point, the boss knows exactly what's up. This role isn't just about pouring drinks in a bikini, it's about representing the brand, keeping the bar safe, and being part of a team. Jessica's not interested in any of that. So he breaks the news: she's not a fit for the job. Jessica tries to play it cool but is clearly upset. She says she's not a bad person, and she's probably not, but attitude matters. This isn't about who's right or wrong. It's about showing up, owning your role, and respecting the vibe of the place. In this bar, you can't just clock in and check out. You have to show up for the team, for the brand, for the culture. That's what makes Undercover Boss so real. Some get promoted, others get let go. It's not just about skill, it's about who's really in it for the ride.